Hello everyone. Today, we're going to analyze NIO stock, its technical intricacies, and significant price levels to monitor in the coming trading sessions. We'll also examine potential market catalysts and their implications for NIO, all while keeping a close eye on market trends. Let's begin our market analysis. I'm going to talk about what's happening with NIO stock and discuss the technical aspects of different stocks. I'll be analyzing some very important levels that you should especially watch during the trading week. I will also analyze other catalysts for the upcoming market because we have a big event approaching. I want to understand how this can affect NIO, but before anything breaks, all this information, anyways, let's talk about the market. How are things looking? So when it comes to NIO, we have this potential inverse and shoulder structure, which I was talking about yesterday. But I want to add some more important things to this because when you look at the weekly charts on NIO, you will notice something quite clear. On the weekly charts, we have a very nice looking potential for NIO to bounce. Overall, NIO has been on a downtrend for quite some time. When you look at the weekly chart, it was simply in a downtrend, going lower and lower. Then on the weekly chart, it attempted to establish a base around the 20 EMA, which is supporting it. In this way, if you go and look, NIO has formed a very nice and potential bullish reversal candle. And with this doji forming on the weekly, there's a good chance that NIO is going to get a bullish week at least from technicals. Now on the MACD, we just have to hope it doesn't break below the 20 EMA to get this bearish cross. But for now it's not doing that, and then when you zoom in on the chart a little bit more on the 4-hour time frame, you'll notice a bullish cross on the PPO, and it seems like it's not over yet. So I just want to add that with this inverse head and shoulder structure, we were developing this bullish divergence for quite a while. These bullish divergences don't oftentimes mean it just goes up for like one day and it's done with. It oftentimes signals a trend reversal. This will be your confirmation and you want to see it above the 11.4 area. If it stays above this, there are higher chances it will go here. This key resistance, we had multiple touches right here. 12.76 could be coming, and if it breaks above that, we have this imbalance. It's a little hard, but there's this imbalance right here. It's like right about here. NIO push all the way up to this zone right about here, just like 13.22 area. I mean, the 13th, there's a lot of potential for it to push up. We all have this on old gap at like 14.8, so we have a lot of potential to bounce. I really believe it has the potential to do so on the monthly time frame. I'm going to talk with a very close look at the charts, just on this month's time frame. We're about to have a bullish cross on the PPO. We've come very close to it. We could have been a bit closer. This was a few months ago when we started to curl a bit, but then we came back down. But we are very close. So for this month, if we can have a good month, then the following months will be much better for the overall market. And I want to discuss the monthly chart on SPY and how it relates to NIO. We have a bullish cross on the PPO on the monthly. On the monthly chart, we're basically forming a large cup and handle pattern on SPY or SPY, and it appears to be more bullish overall. But because we got 5 green months in a row, which is pretty crazy since the March period, we've been pumping in the markets. We are due for a healthy pullback, and the market remained kind of sideways. We are indeed seeing it trend lower for the month of September, as historically, this tends to be a weaker month. Now, if this scenario plays out as it appears to be, we could be forming a cup and handle pattern on SPY. This suggests that even if we're weak in September, perhaps for part of October, I hope that with no bad news, SPY has the potential for a very bullish November. In November, we could witness a significant market pump, a very nice one. If we can secure that pump for November, it could lead to some very favorable price action and could help SPY make a strong push. So if SPY can potentially embark on a bull run from November through December, and the market is approaching all-time highs then, I'm just saying it's approaching them, I'm not saying it has to break them or anything. This is going to help NIO as well for the later periods of the year. Because when you look at NIO, the monthly chart is indicating that it's ready to bounce soon. Could this asset remain at these lower levels between 7 to about 11 or 12? For a bit longer? Yes, absolutely. For now, we might witness a temporary bounce, but it's possible that it continues to trade sideways. Yes, but looking ahead, as we approach the end of this year, particularly from November onwards, we're not too far from November, folks. Time flies, and we're getting much closer. Furthermore, the latter half of November could serve as another significant turning point. Over the longer term, I believe NIO is poised for a positive shift, and we may see it breaking through the 20s towards the end of this year. I think it has the potential to do so as long as it maintains its strong performance and we witness a substantial market rally. I think the ODS favor that. And I think NIO is going to crush it when it comes to deliveries. Towards the end of year, I believe we could witness this asset embarking on an uptrend, breaking through these previous highs. Indeed, on the monthly chart, there are noticeable gaps that seem destined to be filled. But the intriguing part is when we delve into the daily chart, where a multitude of unfilled gaps becomes quite apparent. It's truly remarkable when you scrutinize the chart closely. You can't help but notice all these gaps waiting to be closed, folks. Around the 12 mark, there are conspicuous gaps, and they appear poised for eventual closure. NIO seems likely to make its way back up to these higher levels in the near future. But that's not the end of the story. When you expand your perspective even further, additional unfilled gaps from previous trading sessions come into view. We've got an unfilled gap around 20 and another one around 21. These gaps may well provide significant price targets as NIO continues its journey upwards. There are just so many you have to just keep going back to look, but when you look, you will see even more of them. We have an unfilled gap at around 27. It's eventually going to be filled. Technically, there's another unfilled gap up here, around 36 or so. And there's another unfilled gap, very close to about 41. It's eventually going to reach these highs again. Guys, I'm quite confident. It might take another year, it could take a while, but eventually, all these gaps will likely be filled. Here's another really good one. This one right here. We have a gap up here, around the $60 level, very close to that. It's unfilled. I'm mentioning these because they're likely to be filled. Now, what if there are gaps down below? Well, not all gaps have to be filled. Of course, there are no guarantees. I'm just trying to tell you that based on the company's long-term prospects, fundamental improvements, and its potential, I believe there's a high probability that NIO will fill many of these gaps in the future. I understand that NIO is likely to take off soon, and I believe that NIO has a lot of potential to exert upward pressure. At least for the foreseeable future, if we try to see NIO filling vacant spaces in this way, it could help him get back on track towards 14 to 15. If the market remains a bit sluggish, like from September to October, then NIO can potentially trade sideways for a bit. But then comes November, and when the market picks up pace, I think it can help apply pressure on NIO. I base this on technical analysis. It should be quite strong by the end of the year. So we want to keep looking at these strong numbers. If you look at their deliveries, we received a very strong report for August. This is their second highest report, only behind July, which was their best ever. If they maintain this pace, it will be bullish, especially for the end of the year. I want them to succeed in breaking records. I am still very optimistic, bullish. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.